Hello, so I am Sylvia Rose and I am an atheist. Now, I am proud of myself for making this video for two reasons. One, it's the first video I've made without makeup. I mean, obviously I'm wearing lipstick, but I'm not wearing even mascara or any eyebrow things, so that either means my skin is improving or I care less, and whichever of those is fine. And then the other reason is I've kind of avoided talking about atheism on my channel because I'm a little worried about like family members that might see it, because a lot of the people in my family are very religious, so that makes me nervous, but I don't think they watch my videos. I guess I'll find out soon enough. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about why I believe what I believe and a little bit of what comes with that. So if you end up having any questions about it, just leave them in the comments below and I'll include them in a Q&A once I have more than like 3 questions. So I'll first start off with when I was born, I was baptized and my parents and I went to a Lutheran church, and I have nothing against that church. I think it is beautiful. I think the people are really friendly. Nothing traumatized me to make me not want to go to church. It wasn't like there was no sexual abuse or bullying. It's purely a belief difference. So I just want to make that clear, that I do not have any hard feelings towards the churches that I've attended. So then later, when my dad got a choir directing job at a different church, we started going to a Presbyterian church. And I like this church a lot. It wasn't as like traditional as a Lutheran church was, but I did appreciate some of the differences and some of the similarities. But I definitely do enjoy going back to the Lutheran church for Christmas, because I do, when I'm home, I still attend services sort of out of respect for my parents, and then I get to see all of the people that I grew up with. When I was in middle school, I started realizing that my brother was no longer religious, and for a long time I sort of had this attitude of like, well, why wouldn't you be? I mean, you get the promise of heaven, you know, the forgiveness of Jesus. You know, there are things that seem like, you know, why wouldn't you want to? Like, even just in case. And that's sort of like Pascal's wager. And then I sort of realized, you know, that's not a really great way to think about things. After sort of realizing that believing just in case it's true wasn't the best way to choose what I believe, I started watching some different YouTubers, like Jacqueline Glenn was a big one. She definitely influenced me a lot, so if I could meet her, I would definitely say thank you. Also, Mr. Repsion, he used to make a lot more videos about religion. And then also The Amazing Atheist. His were a little bit harsher, but I definitely enjoyed his enthusiasm, and I still watch all of their content today. And if somehow Jacqueline is able to see this, I hope you feel better soon. I know it's a long road, but if you didn't know, she was cheated on by her boyfriend, so things ended, and that's tough. So my thoughts go out to you. So anyway, watching these atheist YouTubers really got me thinking, and at first I was watching as like a, whoa, what is this? And then eventually I was watching as like a, okay, you know, you're right, this doesn't make sense, or I never thought of it that way. So a lot of things about like bringing up inconsistencies or hypocrisy, like why do you hang on to this verse so tightly, but then this one, you know, you don't pay attention to. Like if you say that, you know, oh, we don't do the shrimp law or the mixing cloth law anymore because that's in the Old Testament, and the New Testament says you can like throw out the Old Testament, but then you go back to Leviticus and then pull out that quote that some people use to go against gay marriage, and it's like, well, wait, why that one and not all the others with the ridiculous laws? Why does that one not also get thrown out? And also, if your religion is focused on Jesus, you know, Jesus never mentions homosexuality, so that's something I like to bring up a lot too. So yeah, there's a lot of elements to my atheism, I like to also sort of identify with the skeptic community, but I don't think I'm skeptical of everything. I mean, there are some things that I just, like, due to what I already know, I'm not skeptical of. Like, I'm not skeptical of vaccines because I don't need to be. There's plenty of research. You know, I don't need to be skeptical about evolution because there's, again, tons of research. But I do think I need to be skeptical of whether or not there's a God. I don't think I can definitively say there is not a God because I have no way to prove that. But I can say that I don't believe in a God because for an extraordinary claim, you need extraordinary evidence. And I don't remember who that quote is, so if you know, drop it in the comments below because I don't want to pretend like these are all my own words. I mean, even the ones that are just coming out probably are mostly things that I've sort of gathered from the community of atheists. And there's this Twitter account that I really like. It's like atheist. Hold on, let me find it really quick because I really enjoy the stuff that this account posts. And if you follow atheism, you should definitely check them out. It's called Atheist Republic, and that's the title, and that's also the handle. So search Atheist Republic. They often ask for thoughts, and it's a big discussion thing, and that's a lot of where I find people that I want to follow because we have the common interest. But I mean, I don't only follow atheists. I mean, I'm not vegan, but I follow some vegans, even though sometimes they really bite down and yeah, anyway. So there are a few things that I want to do with my beliefs. I would like to speak about them, not just online, but hopefully, you know, in person. I mean, where I live currently, there's a lot of religious people, and I want to sort of build a community of atheists because I miss the community that I felt during church, but I don't want to, you know, go back to church just for that community feeling. So I'm thinking about starting a club for atheists or agnostics or skeptics in general at my school, my university. And so I'm hoping that I can find at least 5 people and an advisor. So if you know what college I go to and you also go to that college, make sure you contact me on my Instagram or Twitter. And then, you know, we can set it up. It doesn't have to be every week. But anyway, back to sort of my beliefs. I think a lot of people don't really have a good sense of what atheism means or what it comes with being an atheist. I think a lot of people who have no idea will, like, somebody will say, like, does that mean you worship Satan? And of course, anybody in the community knows that, you know, we don't worship Satan. I don't worship Satan. If anyone's an atheist, they don't worship Satan. Even Satanists don't really worship Satan either. We don't believe in Satan. We don't believe in God. We don't believe in a lot of those things. But of course it varies from person to person because there might be an atheist that still believes in ghosts or like angels or like spiritual things, just not necessarily a God. I am an atheist, but I still have morals. I think a lot of morals are taught in religion, so I think people falsely associate the things as like mutually exclusive, but you do not have to be religious to be moral, and you can be amoral and be religious. I mean, how many terrible things have been done in the name of religion? I mean, it doesn't take you looking very far to see some horrible things done by people who are religious. And just because there is a historical figure who murdered a lot of people who was an atheist doesn't mean that is representative of atheists in general. Just wanted to put that out there. I mean, we have laws that we follow. We have, you know, socially acceptable. Oh my God. We have things that are considered socially acceptable and things that are not considered socially acceptable. Like, I can't murder somebody because it's against the law, not because the Bible says so. And I shouldn't cheat on my significant other because that's not socially acceptable, and it's just a terrible thing to do. I don't need the Bible to say adultery is wrong. So I think a lot of people sort of get that confused. But anyway, this is starting to become a long video, so I think I might stop for now. But if anybody wants me to do some kind of response video, I can do that. Or if you have any more questions, leave them in the comment below, or you can tweet me or private message me on Twitter or Instagram. So have a good one, and have a great Thanksgiving break. See ya.